from Zionz Knitz. Martina's cool because she does a number of things. She designs, but she also reads tarot, and she is a poet. We are going to have a little bit of poetry from her today about growing up, development, change, and really anything else that she feels is important to talk about for this particular back-to-school season. There's a lot going on right now in the world, you guys. As you know, tumultuous is an understatement. So we are really happy to have Martina and her words of clarity and beauty and aloha. We are going to see some of her designs today. Martina is super into our knitted wear, which is definitely very in right now. And her silhouettes and cuts are also pretty specific to her and her likings. We will hear a little bit about what inspires her, and then we will definitely hear a little bit about her process, and then I will get out of here and let her blow us away with some poetry. I do believe I have Miss Martina right here ready to go with her line, and then we will hear from the designer herself. Maestro! Come on down, darling. It's so good to have you with us today. Thank you. Tell me, darling, wait, what inspired everything that we just saw? That's like amazing. What inspires your garments?
So my garment, Zionz Knit, was inspired by my child that I miscarried in the beginning of 2020. So yeah, in honor of my spirit baby, I created a brand called Zionz Knitz.
You really were able to sort of, if you may, pardon the pun, rebirth a creative process out of a tragedy, which is really probably one reason why your garments are not only so bright and cheerful, but they have a potency to them as well when you wear them, because everything is handmade, right?
Yes, that's correct. I do these with my fingers.
Ooh. And so, darling, you design, but you do some other things as well. Can you tell us about that?
I'm a designer, I do hair, I make hair products. I'm also a tarot reader. I do a little bit of construction, I cook, yeah. That's what you feel me?
Everything that gets down to the soul, to the heart and soul, and nothing really does like poetry, and I believe you have some poems for us today. How many do we have?
One.
Oh, perfect, one and done, girl. Tell us about the poem, and then I'm gonna get out of here and just let you blow us all away.
So, you know, we all live life, we all go through some things, and this poem I wrote, it was about forgiveness and just me processing my emotions and finally letting go. So I figured that it was a good poem to read, especially because we're going into the new school year. You know, children go through things as well. You know, just a nice little reminder to just, you know, be peaceful, or whatever your definition of peaceful is.
Grand, I love that. Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna just hang out on the side, darling, and you just blow us all away. I think definitely forgiveness is something, and letting go. I think these are things that we all definitely could really work on in this time. Just because there's so much, it's easy to hold things, and we forget to just let it go and flow through it, and just flow like rain. Girl, take us away.
Cues in song. Forgiveness is art. You are the artist who paints the picture, dictating the closer of your storyline, which sets the bar for the opening chapter into the next. I am the artist. Each stroke, each line carefully creates while painting my destiny. Forgiveness is art. I choose to paint freedom, defining my definition thereof, consciously choosing to not be held captive by my past. My hurt cannot enslave me much longer. I realize I am the master artist. This is my canvas. My ego is strong, yes. Its willpower is determined to keep me victim, to keep the patterns going just to sustain its identity. My ego holds me no longer. I release its tight grip on me, which once used to hold my neckline and shove me up against the wall. I realize it must go along with all of the grudgings I was once so compelled by. Held captive in my mind's eye, forgiveness is a gift to self, an act of love, the freeness of one's soul. I once was suffocated as if there were hands grasping firmly around my neck, constricting my airwaves. It is too hard to breathe when hate fills your heart and blackness plagues your soul slowly, like a disease, targeting every aspect of your spiritual body until it's depleted all life out of you. Harboring resentment is such an overworking task, daunting at the most. Forgiveness is giving up the illusion that the past should have been different, falling into a state of acceptance, surrendering to the divine, and choosing to become one with the purest form of love. After a long, dark and dreary drought. There was nothing else around me but puddles, which was representations of stagnations and tears from my bitterness. I looked around me and noticed where all of this has gotten me. Harboring pain is an evil drug, an addicting one rather. I realized that forgiveness was never accepting that it was all okay. It is simply accepting that it has happened. Coming to terms with the past so that I am not overtaken by the chains in the present. It is the releasing of the chains so that I can comfortably sit in my future. It is letting go so that the past does not hold me prisoned. Forgiveness. It is the healing remedy for the pain, the welcoming mat for peace so that I can step in my true power of love. Forgiveness is the gateway to freedom. I forgive myself, I forgive you, I choose love, and for this I am free. That's it. Thank you.
Yes, baby, that was amazing. Just thank you for your words and the truth of that. Because again, just like your garments, it feels very authentic because it is. And it's moving not only from, not necessarily negative energy, but something that is very heavy. And you're not only kind of walking us through how you personally are able to make the best out of a bad situation, but it is also just very inspirational to be reminded that you can do that at all. So thank you so much for sharing your designs and your words with us today, Martina. Round of applause for her, darling. And I am going to let you get on back downstairs to the air conditioning. Oh yeah, actually, before you go, how can we find you? Where are you? How do we find you?
So you guys can find me on Instagram. My business page is Zionz Knitz. That's ZIONZ KNITZ. And it's a little, you know, crochet with a little cat tail. You'll see it. Thank you guys.
Thank you, love. I'll see you down there. All of these designers today that are featured are available to be accessed through Kapa Mag's Instagram. So before we're done today, I'll make sure that everyone has, you know, a means to contact us or to find us, and we can not only get you personally in touch with these designers, but we can get you their social media up for sure. At this moment, I'm going to invite Miss Ariel to come on back down to the stage for her second and final